YouTube, Awesome Rider here, coming at you today with some Kamen Rider Gotchard news. So we have a couple different new forms that have showed up, some more notable than others. I mean, first of all, we have these ones that are right around the corner, like Gold was even teased in the preview for the next episode, which I keep wanting to say next week, but I guess we're in for a week break, which is actually kind of nice. You got these two new mecha forms, like, not mecha forms, but they're like, you know, bulkier mecha-esque rider forms. You got a gold and silver one, I'm trying to remember what their names are. They're like Mechani Dash and Electric Jungle. And like I said, orange. Gold has been teased in the recent episode, but this kind of shows off their Sochaku Henshin figure, just this picture I have as of this moment. And I have kind of mixed feelings about these ones. I think they look cool, but I'm also not always the biggest fans of the bulkier like forms, like the Mighty Action X one. Was that what it's called? Maximum Mighty? I don't remember. The X8 one where he was just in like a bigger suit. And then also stuff like Forze's magnet states, but they also have some cool aspects to them. I also just get a little bit of those, you know, vibes I have of being sick of them using gold and silver constantly, but they're not bad. My biggest takeaway from this, honestly, is remembering that they call this line Sochaku Henshin, which is a crazy throwback. But mainly what I wanted to talk about here today was the Kamen Rider Legend stuff. You know that the Decade-esque Kamen Rider Legend is coming into the series in some form soon. I know he's getting his special on, I want to say November 5th, it's like early November, but he's entering the world of Gotchard soon. And we have some more looks at some things he's going to be bringing with him. I mean, first of all, it's kind of blurry as of this moment, but you have this look at what looks to be his form changes, which is just transforming into past riders' suits, mainly kind of like Decade's, except he's kind of got like a sash thing going on over him, like he's a contestant in a beauty pageant, which is a little bit boring. You have these new Legend Rider form gimmicks for Gotchard himself, where he transforms into past rider-based forms. Like for this one, we have Oz, Kuga, and Forze. And if you guys know me, you know I'm sick to death of this type of crap. Admittedly, these suits don't look half bad. They look pretty decent. I don't think they're ugly or anything like that. I still think Revice had the best versions of like Legend Rider-esque transformations. I think that they were really well designed in terms of blending together the Legend Rider and whatever creature. And they were like not really intrusive either. Like I feel like, you know, if you didn't notice George having those collectibles in the background and you didn't know about Rider outside of just that one show, you wouldn't know they were doing anything weird. Like they were seamless. I actually wanted more of an explanation of like that. I liked that idea that that was in a world where Rider is a show. Like, I thought that was cool, but then they changed it because they wanted it to be easier for crossovers. I'm like, dude, you don't care about continuity anywhere. Rider's continuity is a scribble by a toddler. But anyway, point is, the Revice ones were great, and that was because it was the 50th anniversary, but all these just feel so close together. Like, it was a few years out, and they were, again, celebrating, of course, an anniversary, but for 50 years overall. That's why they did it with Revice, even though Geo was only a few years ago, which, you know, represented the Heisei celebration. I can't think of a single reason why we're doing this. Like, and there's no anniversary. I'm sure there is. They celebrate. It's kind of like one of those couples that celebrates the anniversary of the first time they went to Burger King or something. It's like getting ridiculous. Like every time one of these props up, like whether it's this or a Returns movie, I'll get some people commenting like, well, we have these. This is a list of anniversaries. We have this anniversary. They sound like, oh my god, I'm about to vomit. Like, could we just not once be like, hey, happy anniversary to this series, and then move on? We don't always need to do Toku Crap Fest 2047, but setting that aside for a second, sorry, I had to do a little bit mini rant with this. Again, I can't figure out why we're doing this. I just don't know. But I am on a bit of a weird fence with this in the fact that, you know, I don't like this stuff. I mean, I wouldn't hate it if we didn't do it all the time. That's the thing, is they've run it into the ground. They've taken something exciting. It's like they're trying to have Christmas every day, and they've ruined Christmas for everyone. Thanks. Congratulations. Christmas is canceled, Toku. Keep it up, and you will lose New Year's. But anyway, that's why I don't like this. I'm just sick of it. It's always shallow crap, and we've just run it into the ground. With all that being said, as I've mentioned in past videos, Gotchard has been so boring and basic with the main character I cannot stand. In a way, I'm actually kind of looking forward to this stuff because it means something interesting is going to be happening. I like the look of the Legend suit. I am curious to see how this ties in. Maybe I'll give it a little bit of a benefit of the doubt because I rolled my eyes similarly with Revices, and again, it wasn't intrusive at all. Like, you know, even like the stuff like Zenkaiger stuff being in Dawn Brothers, like there was that dangling mystery, but once it got into it, other than the fact that the Legend changes seemed weird, I'm like, why is this here? They're not even really acknowledging it. But other than that, you know, it didn't get in the way of Dawn Brothers being a good show for me. Also, recently in King Oger, I wasn't jazzed up for the Kyoryuger crossover, and outside of the mecha thing feeling a little bit forced, that was extremely well done. I really don't expect this to be as well done. but I'm going to give it a little bit of benefit of the doubt because I've been proven wrong. And again, I feel like on this weird fence where usually I would just be fully 100% hate, whereas right now it's more like 70% hate and 30% like, hey, at least something interesting is happening, and I'm curious to see how they handle it. Again, I just can't think of a good reason why they're doing this. I mean, obviously merchandise, but I mean, usually they have like some sort of excuse, like it's an anniversary. What is the anniversary of? Anyway, mixed feelings on this for me personally, as you can tell. I just do find it incredibly frustrating too. I think I mentioned this in my Gotchard, one of my recent Gotchard videos, that again, catching up on Geats, I really got bit by the Rider bug, and I was like really stoked to get back into more Rider stuff and watch more content. I was really vibing with it, and Gotchard seems like bound and determined to put me off of Toku again. It's like running a checklist of things I don't like about it, like boring basic series where you can feel the toy sales, obnoxious twerp protagonist, anniversary crossover shallow content. But again, I'm also kind of looking forward to it because it means something is going to be happening in the show. But what are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think that this is necessary, or would you rather see them dial back a little bit of the anniversary stuff? Or are you like me, and you're just actually kind of happy that something will be happening in Gotchard? That's about it for this one, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.